you ever find when you're playing golf, as you come through the ball, you just feel your head coming up like crazy, your hips are extending, you're just not maintaining the proper golf posture at all. Did you know there's something that you need to be doing at setup that makes it dramatically easier to maintain posture through impact? Today's video, we're going to go through what that is and how that's going to help you have better impact. There's a key to set up your hips and your pelvis in the right position so that you can rotate with tilt in the golf swing. So let's look at Nate's backswing in slow motion here and how the mechanics work. His trunk is rotating to the right and it's also tilting to the left. Okay, so if we just unwind his hips, you can see there's definitely you can see the tilt there. Okay, so what a lot of people fail to do, and I know I've struggled with this earlier in my career, is you turn and you don't tilt, and then this is what it looks like. So I've got my setup posture, and if I just turn, my head will come way off the ball like this. There's no tilt. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tilting. Here's the tilt, right? So here's a tilt left, and there's a turn. Both motions are happening. If you don't set up your hips in the right way, it's really hard to tilt, okay? So here's something that I found that's really helped me to be able to do the tilt. And so let's get rid of the pressure of the ball. We're not going to hit a club here. First, I'm going to do it the bad way. And we see this a lot of times in lessons, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just going to take my hips and put them behind my ankles. So you can see my butt cheeks get really far behind me. It's pretty much impossible for me to tilt at that level, okay? So basically you end up turning like this without the tilt, and your club comes inside, and you'll tend to compensate by doing a back extension, okay, just because you're not tilting. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to have a different feeling at setup. I'm going to take my pelvis and I'm going to bring it more under my trunk, okay, or take my butt cheeks more under my trunk. Now as I set up to the ball, it's very easy for me to tilt left, okay? So when my hips were too far back and my butt's kind of too far back, it's like, I really have a hard time, like, I can't really do that. Okay?
If you're just turning without the tilt, you're gonna feel potentially, a lot of you, is weights, that's the weight going forward and then the weight coming back as we go through.
Right, so I'm changing my pelvis to come more under my trunk. Now I take my address position, and now the tilt is much easier, and you'll see that the shaft and the club head don't rip inside. Mm-hmm. But back, no tilt, club head rips inside way too shallow, keeping kind of like my butt more underneath of me. Mm-hmm. Change that tilt to the pelvis. Now I can tilt, and there we go, like that. So this really transforms your ability to maintain the posture, because if you haven't tilted on the takeaway, you're just in the wrong position as you come into the ball, okay? So let's watch Nate hit a couple, and then we'll see how he does that setup and how that allows him to do that tilt as he turns in the backswing.
All right, so not making sure my butt's pushed back, more underneath. Now on my takeaway, I like to feel that tilt, okay, initiate. As I push, kind of, it's going to feel like your left shoulder goes a little bit lower if we're kind of used to an early kind of rotation where we do an inside takeaway. You're not going to be staying connected with the right feel here. So just feel that little bit of tilt as you start working that club back, and then getting familiar with these new positions as we get to the club to the top and transition down. All right. Let's just hit a couple here.
We're going to analyze this swing from Nate. 177-yard carry, 10 feet side, just a tiniest little draw. Really nice shot there. So as we look at the video from both perspectives, notice how the butt is more underneath the trunk, right? It's not sticking up and back, right?
Yeah, I'm not hurting my lower back in
Yeah.
the setup position.
Right, so you've got that pelvis really underneath your trunk on your setup here. And so now what we can see is there's the left side tilt. It's happening as you're turning to the right, you're tilting to the left. It's just a continual flow of both things happening. So if we get to the top here, you can see you've really maintained that same angle that we had at setup. We've maintained that same angle right there. So there's rotation and tilt that leaves the trunk at the same angle.
And
right?
it completely supports the correct hinge and arm motion for whatever position we want to get it to the top for the transition down.
And what we found is if you can get yourself to embrace the notion that you're tilting left while you're turning to the right, now you've just kind of set up the body with its coil so that it's going to unwind doing the opposite, which is you turn to the left and you tilt to the right, and you see there's Nate's trunk spot on at that same angle. So all the way through the swing, we've got a stable trunk action. And because you have an inclination to the ground, it's not just a rotation, it's rotation and tilting that's happening in the pelvis. So it's rotate right, tilt left, rotate left, tilt right, and you maintain that that trunk at the same level.
If you're not doing this, it's a game changer. You got to just go practice it right now.
So here's what you can do at home. Make sure that you really feel on your setup that the pelvis comes more under your trunk as you address the club. It's not the butt back, the butt underneath your trunk. Then you settle in the ball. That's going to allow you to do that. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like and subscribe. It really helps us build the channel so we can make more great content like this. And we'd love to help you play better golf by analyzing your swing. We've got a 14-day free trial. Go to the link in the description below or in the iCard above. 14 days free. Send us your swing. We'll give you feedback and help you play better golf today.